Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to go through some plants that I didn't think I would ever get in my collection, whether they're too rare or too expensive or just literally not on the market often. I just wanted to show you guys because I'm really proud of these plants and I'm really happy that I have them, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and yeah, let's just jump right into today's video. Okay, so first off, I want to show you guys my beloved Syngonium CHIAPENSE. This is my beautiful plant that I've recently actually propagated and sold a piece. It was just getting way too big for my space, and this way it looks a little bit more compact, and I think it looks really nice this way. So this is the CHIAPENSE with its beautiful kind of soft looking and textured leaves. It's really hard to explain it unless you have a CHIAPENSE on your own, and the reason why I can't believe I have this in my collection is because I was honestly scouring the internet for this plant for I would say like 2 or 3 months, and I couldn't find a single seller that was selling this plant for either a reasonable price or that didn't require shipping. So I wanted one that was local. And the first time I bought a CHIAPENSE was actually very disappointing because it came with root rot. I got it through a local seller, so you know, I was a little bit worried about the health of that plant, and therefore I just returned it, and I finally found myself another CHIAPENSE, and this was from a private seller, which was just through social media. So I found her and she sold me this beautiful CHIAPENSE, and I'm so happy that I found it. I can't believe that I was able to get such a big plant for such a reasonable price. And it came with like 3 of these leaves, which were huge. Essentially grew 3 more leaves in my care, although they're a little bit smaller. I really like the size of like this type of leaf. I think this leaf is a little bit too big. I didn't think I was getting that big of a plant because I honestly just don't have the space for it. And then I got this new leaf as well, which is really nice, and I think this was the first leaf that came out from the propagation, so this one was very tiny. But yeah, you can kind of see it's like kind of like a satin matte finish on the leaves. It's not like really shiny, but it's also not like fully matte, so it's like a really cool texture, and the back of the leaves are really nice as well. So I thought this was like really unique in terms of Syngonium, and it's a heart-shaped Syngonium because I don't tend to see a lot of Syngoniums that are heart-shaped. There's this one, and there's also the Syngonium frosted heart. So that one I also really want in my collection, although I haven't seen that one at all literally within like the local kind of market. So maybe one day, I don't know. But these don't tend to ship too well, so that's why I'm a little bit scared about getting this shipped to me and, you know, buying it from a seller that's like outside of Ontario. That is my reasoning, and I can't be happier with the plant that I currently have. And yeah, I'm probably going to be putting this up a moss pole and letting it climb soon once it gets a little bit bigger, but for now it doesn't seem like it really needs any moss pole to like stabilize it. It's not tipping over or anything like that, and it's not like super tall, so I'll probably just wait on it. But in the future, that is going to happen. Next up is my wonderful Philodendron El Choco Red. So this is the beautiful plant in all of its glory because look at the velvetyness of this leaf. It's absolutely amazing. The backs are usually pretty red when they first come out. So as you can see with this one, this is like a new leaf here. So the backs are like literally bright red when they first come out, and then they fade over time to like a muted red, and then later it just becomes like a normal like greenish back. So yeah, that's how El Choco Reds look, and this is the newest leaf. As I was showing you the back, this is the front. It is a little bit smaller because, you know, winter growth, and with its less than ideal conditions, I'm still happy because I've managed to root it in leca after rooting it in moss. So yeah, this is my beautiful El Choco Red, and the reason why I can't believe that I have this in my collection is due to the price tag. So this one, I would say like this size would sell for like maybe $300 to $400 in the local market, but because I imported this plant, it was a lot more affordable. Although I did take a risk because a lot of El Choco Reds don't ship well, including mine. Mine did not ship well, and it honestly looked like crap when I first got it. But I've rehabbed it, and it took a lot of patience, it took a lot of care, and now it's a beautiful acclimated plant to the Canadian environment. I got this one imported from Ecuador, and I'm really happy. It's been a while in my care, and that's why now it is currently doing great. Next up on the plant list is my Hoya Australis Lisa. So this is not one Hoya that's like really rare or like sought after, but I find this one is like really special to me because I got this initially from a plant trade, and I also bought it from like a local friend as well. So this is the Australis Lisa with its very beautiful variegation. It's kind of like a little thinner leafed Hoya than I normally would like, but I still really enjoy it. It comes out with like really kind of pink leaves, and then over time they do fade to like a cream color. So it is a really nice plant. I'm just really surprised at how nice the plant community is and how many great friends I've made in this community, because I got this from a friend and she honestly didn't have to trade me. She knew I was looking for it and she just was like, okay, here you go. Like, we can trade this plant. I don't really mind. My plant is big and I'll just give it a little chop and give you a piece. So that's why I'm like really thankful for this plant. It was one of my first ever trades when I first entered the plant community, and it really reminds me of like the generosity and the pureness of the people in this community. This one does have a special place in my heart, and it does have like a little bit more meaning than some of my other plants because I got it through a friend. Okay, next up I want to show you guys is my Philodendron White Princess. So it is a little bit smaller, so don't hate me on it. It just randomly decided to rot in Lucca, and yeah, it's recovered now, but it's a little bit smaller than what it was before, and it lost a few of its bottom leaves, but it's still doing great now, and it still has the beautiful variegation. So the leaves are looking really beautiful. I honestly didn't think I would be able to find this, and it was literally like the most rare find that I was ever able to buy from a convenience store. So if you could believe it, I found this from a local convenience store. I found a white princess for literally like $10, and although it was a really tiny little baby seedling, it had great genes clearly because it grew to such a beautiful plant, and it is now like, you know, grown up, and it looks really nice. I think that sometimes you just get lucky in life and you're able to find a plant at a reasonable price. There were a whole bunch of them, although I'm pretty sure a lot of them ended up on the resale market and they just jacked up the price by like 10 times to like $100, $200 and tried to resell it. But I personally only got like one for me and one for my boyfriend. I was literally in the right place at the right time. I saw it on a Facebook group. It actually was like nearby, so I'm like, okay, why don't I just stop by and check out to see if they have any there, and they actually did. So I'm like, ugh. I'm so happy. Next up is my Hoya globulosa. So I think this one has another name, which might be the Hoya VILLOSA Caudang, but I call it the globulosa because it was given to me as a globulosa. I was also so lucky to get this plant because honestly, I don't see this in the market often, and I think not a lot of nurseries are able to import this into Canada, so that's why it's a little bit more rare. But I got this from a trade with a friend. It has the fuzziest backs. Every time I touch this plant, it's so fuzzy. Only the backs are fuzzy, so it's like the front is shiny and like smooth, but the back is fuzzy, which is like party in the back, you know? I'm just so lucky to have gotten this because I honestly didn't think I would ever be able to snatch this up fast enough from any like nursery restock, because every time it was sold on like Crystal Star Nursery, it's just either out of my price range, it was over $50, or like I couldn't justify it. So I got myself a rooted cutting from a friend and we literally traded Hoyas, and I'm so glad that I was able to do that because otherwise I probably would have never been able to get this plant. Because I'm very slow with restocks. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes with plant restocks, I need to get my boyfriend to do the checkout, because if I were to do it myself, honestly, it disappears from my cart before I'm able to like pay for it, and then I don't get the plant. My fingers are just like too slow with the mouse, and just, I can't. That kind of segues onto the next plant, which is the Hoya POLYNEURA. So this one, I can't believe I have this one in my collection because, like I said, I'm honestly just way too slow in getting this for nursery restock. So every time I see it, I just miss it because I'm too slow and it's like too popular of a plant. I honestly didn't get the hype of this initially, although I still slightly don't, and it's because my plant is like a lot more ugly and disheveled and like very messy looking compared to other people's Hoya POLYNEURA. Not the best plant out there, and for sure it's a little bit finicky. So I can't even say that I'm like really grateful, but I'm like surprised I have this one in my collection. It was due to my boyfriend being able to be fast enough to check out the cart for this plant online when I clearly couldn't, because I've tried like I think 2 times and I was just like too slow. And I did have to pay him back because it was an expensive plant. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. These were all the plants that I honestly did not think I would ever own or ever have in my collection. So I'm very grateful for having these in my collection because I know a lot of people would literally die for these plants, and I'm like so happy that I have them. Comment down below which plant you can't believe you own now. And I would say my top one is probably my El Choco Red, just because it's probably the most expensive and most rare and like just the hardest to find and justify the price tag. Love to know what your thoughts on this video is. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.